Hello everyone, I'm Day Weather Meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this January 22nd, 2022. It's being brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. Also brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated. As we take a look at the week ahead, we don't have a lot of differences in the western weather this week compared to the past week. It's going to be another week where we do see the pattern remaining similar, which means a little bit of snow will fall and some chances of some colder weather at times, but nothing big in the western United States for another week. Now, we do see a pattern change, the colder, wetter weather in the western U.S. in early February. It's going to be about a week to 10 days from now, but after that, we're going to see a change where the more stormy, colder, wetter weather will transition westward into the Rockies, the Pacific coast, into the Great Basin, and the western states are going to get more into the action. However, for another week, the worst winter weather will continue to be in the central and eastern areas of the United States before the colder winter weather shifts further west. And you can really see this over the last 7 days. You can see that very little in the way of significant precipitation in the western United States has occurred. There has been some snows across the central and northern Rockies with a couple of systems, and we've seen parts of the Pacific Northwest continue to be wet, but not much going on in California and areas west of the Divide into the Great Basin, just a little bit of precipitation. But as you can see, in the Midwest and the East, a lot of this has been in the form of snow and ice over the last week to 10 days. Precipitation anomalies, and you can see all the brown here, below seasonal normals with precipitation for the past week with the more wet weather back east. And this is reflected in the latest drought monitor. We continue to see severe drought conditions across Montana, still in central parts of Oregon, and this area here in the southern plains and southern Rockies continues to grow a bit and worsen a little bit. We continue to see improvements in California, although there has not been much west coast precipitation over the last couple of weeks. We're going to expect that to change, and there could be other improvements coming down the road. Over the last week, though, the only improvements have been very modest in parts of Wyoming and Montana, but you can see some yellow areas here where conditions have gotten a little bit drier, and no change in drought conditions in this area here over the past week. As we take a look at the upcoming weather pattern, it's a weather pattern that looks very similar to a week ago. We're going to see high pressure for the most part in the western United States. We do have this little low here over Southern California that may produce a little bit of shower activity over Southern California and Arizona this weekend, but the western United States won't see much bad weather. All of the Arctic air, the snow, the ice will be in the upper plains, the Great Lakes, and up into New England this weekend. As we get into next week, though, I want to show you that this little storm system, it doesn't look like much, is going to come up and down into the central and northern Rockies by Monday night and Tuesday of next week. That will bring another round of snow to the central and northern Rockies and a little bit of snow on the plains Monday night and Tuesday, but nothing really significant. By next weekend, this is by next Saturday, the 29th, we'll see another storm system move through the East Coast. This will be another big troublemaker with snow and ice by next weekend in the Midwest, parts of the Great Lakes, New England, and along the mid-Atlantic coast, with Arctic air back up here and over south central Canada. But notice this pattern up here. We've got low pressure up off the west coast of British Columbia, while high pressure is building over Alaska. With high pressure building over Alaska and further out in the Pacific, what's likely going to happen is that right around February 1st, or just after, a western trough will be forming. And what this will do is this will bring back precipitation into the far western areas of the United States at the end of January into early February. So California, into the Great Basin states, into the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies. This area here by early February is going to get colder, wet, and stormy again. But over the next week, this is how we're expecting the precipitation to fall. A little bit of precipitation over the central and northern Rockies, nothing excessive, but the mountains will get a little more snow. And you can see Montana, parts of Wyoming, Colorado, the western Dakotas, western Nebraska will get a little bit of snow with that cold front coming early next week. California, most of Washington and Oregon, into Idaho and the Great Basin, Not much action going on at all in the next 7 days. Temperature-wise and precipitation-wise, you can see where the action will be. This is the snowfall forecast over the next 7 days. You can see the eastern part of the U.S. has got a lot more action with the snow. And this is where the coldest air is. These are temperatures relative to 30-year averages. The coldest temperatures will be in the central, southeast, and eastern areas of the United States, with the west in these orange colors here near to a little bit above average. Nothing really far above average, but slightly above average for another week. But colder weather will return to the western United States further down the road. Our next update will be the 29th. Have yourself a good week ahead, everyone.